Have you ever wondered why one specific person suddenly takes over your mind? You start thinking about them all the time. You check their social media. You replay every conversation you had with them. Even a simple text from them can make your entire day better. This strange and powerful feeling is called a crush. But here's the interesting part. A crush is not just emotions. It's actually a combination of psychology, biology, and human evolution. So today, we're going to explore something fascinating. Why do humans develop crushes? And why sometimes they feel so intense that we can't stop thinking about that one person? The first reason people develop crushes is because of brain chemistry. When you see someone you find attractive, your brain releases a chemical called dopamine. Dopamine is the same chemical released when you eat delicious food, win a game, or achieve something exciting. In simple words, dopamine is the feel-good chemical. When you have a crush, your brain starts associating that person with pleasure and excitement. That's why seeing them makes you happy. Talking to them feels exciting. Even thinking about them can make you smile. Your brain is literally rewarding you for focusing on that person. In a way, a crush is like a temporary addiction created by your brain. Another reason people develop crushes is simple. Physical attraction. Humans naturally notice certain features that they find attractive. It could be someone's smile, their eyes, their voice, their confidence, or the way they carry themselves. Our brain evolved to notice these traits quickly. From an evolutionary perspective, humans are wired to look for qualities that signal health, confidence, and personality. That's why sometimes you feel attracted to someone even before you know anything about them. Your brain makes a quick decision, and suddenly, you have a crush. One of the biggest reasons crushes feel so powerful is mystery. Most of the time, when we have a crush on someone, we don't actually know them very well. And when we don't know someone fully, our brain does something interesting. It starts filling in the gaps with imagination. We imagine how kind they might be, how interesting their personality is, how perfect they might be for us. In other words, we start creating an ideal version of that person in our mind. And sometimes, the person we imagine becomes even more attractive than the real person. This is why crushes often feel stronger than real relationships. Because imagination can be more powerful than reality. Sometimes a crush doesn't start with looks. It starts with how someone makes you feel. If a person listens to you carefully, understands your thoughts, makes you laugh, or supports you emotionally, your brain starts associating that person with comfort and safety. Humans naturally seek emotional connection. So, when someone gives us attention and kindness, our brain begins to see them as special. And slowly, a crush begins to form. This is why many people develop crushes on classmates, coworkers, close friends. Because emotional closeness can be even stronger than physical attraction. Another powerful factor behind crushes is similarity. Research shows that people are more attracted to those who are similar to them. For example, similar hobbies, similar music taste, similar humor, similar values. When we meet someone who thinks like us, our brain feels comfortable. It feels familiar, and familiarity often turns into attraction. This is why sometimes you feel a stronger connection with someone who shares your interests. Your brain thinks, this person understands me, and that feeling can quickly turn into a crush. Attention is incredibly powerful. When someone gives us special attention, our brain reacts strongly. If someone compliments you, notices small things about you, spends time talking to you, your brain starts interpreting that attention as importance. You begin to feel valued. And when people feel valued, they naturally start liking the person who made them feel that way. That's why sometimes a crush starts simply because someone treated us differently from others. Attention creates emotional impact. And emotional impact creates attraction. Crushes often feel intense because they combine three powerful things: brain chemicals, imagination, emotional desire. Your brain is excited. Your imagination is creating perfect scenarios. And your emotions are hoping for connection. All of this happens at the same time. That's why sometimes you can't stop thinking about your crush. Your brain is simply caught in a loop of excitement and curiosity. So the next time you develop a crush on someone, remember this. It's not just random. Your brain chemistry, your emotions, your imagination, and even human evolution are all playing a role. A crush is one of the most natural human experiences. It reminds us that deep down, humans are wired for connection, curiosity, and love. And sometimes, all it takes is one smile to start it.